The music comes in and fades out, and
we have
the audience.
You want a music now?
We're gonna have a music cue in here. Welcome to Al and Jimby in the morning. The studio audience is going, yeah, fuck yes, fuck yeah.
The only podcast that you can find in the morning at 6 p.m.
Welcome to Sirius XM.
It's the only podcast they let you listen to in the morning after they've recorded at 6 p.m.
We're actually the first podcast to be hosted on Silly XM instead of Sirius XM.
The only podcast network where you can laugh. In between everything they say,
and
there's a break like that.
Yeah, with the little like soft toned like hold telephone music coming in and playing.
Is that fucking Smash Brothers still? I think the music of that is still on.
I don't hear anything.
I think I do, but that's okay. I'm just gonna ignore it. We were playing Super Smash Bros. With our roommate Ryan Dooley, and
yeah. Last night I stayed up really late doing a tournament where all the Smash characters were put on CPU level 9, and then all of them fought each other, and I was kind of half like working on my laptop, and it was just kind of background noise. And then when the match ended, I'd say, "Oh, Marth won."
To yourself?
Yeah. And then in the end, there was one winner. Do you want to guess who it was?
Mario.
Mario was first rounded, my guy. Mario got ass slammed. Mario sucks.
Horrible. That's so fucked up.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe they did that to our boy.
Yoshi.
No, sadly. Yoshi has become my main. I really like playing Yoshi.
Annoying Minecraft guy.
I like becoming an egg. No, Steve.
Pikachu.
Steve got his ass busted. No, not Pika.
I don't know. Just say it.
No, you're thinking of what the answer is. Think of what you want the answer to be.
I want it to be Mario.
King K. Rool.
Okay.
Kind of epic.
Yeah.
Kind of based.
Yeah.
Welcome to our Nintendo fan podcast where we talk all things Nintendo. I heard they confirmed a Zelda movie.
I will kill myself if they do a Zelda movie. They could never do it justice. I will fucking kill myself.
Yeah.
They will never understand Ganondorf's duality.
I feel like
one foot into life, 1 foot into death.
Some things don't need to be adapted.
A third foot into women.
Because here's the thing, folks.
What?
Zelda is a thing that you can watch on your TV. You play it.
Yeah, you do play it.
There's a story that you can see. So why does there need to be a movie? Money, that's why.
Oh, dude, that's so woke that you understand commercial products.
Welcome to the Al and Jimmy in the Morning, the only woke podcast.
The only podcast cool enough to talk about money.
Yeah. The only podcast that's sticking it to the rich.
What'd you do today?
I
what
hate
are you up
rich
to?
people so bad.
Oh, you hate rich people.
You want to hear my poor people lament of the day? Is that I had to get a smog test today. Smog tests is how the government likes to kind of act like they're doing something to help with the emissions in California and the fact that the LA metro area creates so much smog that it affects wildlife for hundreds of miles in every direction, right? And so the way that they kind of pretend they're doing something is that they make poor people that have cars that are more than 5 years old go get it examined, and if your emissions aren't the right quality, you like aren't legally allowed to drive it. So it's a thing.
Did you do this to signify the money?
So whatever, I had to pay like $40, and by some miracle it passed. Don't tell the LA DMV, but I can guarantee you that I shouldn't have passed this smog test.
You just told them on the podcast.
No one from the DMV listens to this, and if they do,
You don't know
I
that.
want to say fuck you.
You just lost a viewer. You just
Cool.
lost our coolest viewer.
If they work at the DMV, they're not our cool. I know they're not our coolest viewer because Mark watches.
Who's that?
My friend Mark. Hey, Mark.
That's that's the coolest guy.
That's
watches.
the coolest guy watching. Yeah. Hey, Mark. How you
Adam
doing?
Sandler watches this too. So, what now?
If Adam Sandman is watching this, give us a movie. We're pumped up. We can do something like Billy Madison, where
If Adam Sandler's watching this, ignore us forever.
Adam, if you're watching this,
Gaslight the world and tell
Alex and I-
everyone you don't know who we are.
Alex and I could do a movie where we're like both Billy Madison, kind of.
I've never seen Billy Madison. That's where he's like a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes back to childhood.
I think it's like before
I've watched Happy Gilmore.
before like depictions of like autistic people could be deemed problematic. I think a lot of Adam Sandler's comedy was like, what if an adult man had the mind of a child?
Problematic.
Yeah. I mean, I
What is problematic about it? Because is it implying he's handicapped?
in a way, it's
But I
like
thought
that's
he
kind
was
of what we're
doing it-
laughing at. Yeah.
I thought he was doing it for like a purpose.
Yeah, he wants to get laid, fellas.
Well, then that's not the same thing
Fellas,
as like a mental handicap.
You ever go back and try to graduate from school so you can get laid?
I don't really feel like that's a problematic plot.
No, I don't think it's problematic either. But you know, if they made Billy Madison in 2023, someone's ass would be like, this is wrong. You know, I don't know.
I feel like we've been trained to like expect that, even to the point of like,
Whoa.
I feel like our culture is training us at this point to hate the things that came before.
Yeah.
When we should be okay with the things that come before and then just build new things.
Totally.
Why can't they both exist?
Well,
they
and-
do both exist, actually.
Yeah. And Billy Madison was made for its time, and I would argue, Adam Sandler, if you're watching, that the movie that Alex and I could make for your production company, where we're both Billy Madison, would be kind of a woke-minded and open-hearted version of Billy Madison.
Sorry, I just looked over there because I got very alarmed that the laundry was going to be too loud, but maybe you just can't. You probably can hear it, but it
Yeah,
just
we got
isn't
laundry.
that big of a deal, maybe.
Our new apartment has laundry.
Yeah, we have a unit of laundry, which is sick. I don't know if we talked about this already. Well, we
Speaking
lost
of-
a whole fucking podcast, so it's kind of like
we lost one
I
to
don't know if
technical
we talked about it
difficulties.
in that.
No, we didn't.
And we did another podcast on our Patreon where the video just went out. So
Our podcast that we uploaded.
two podcasts have kind of like been assassinated at this
Yeah.
point by
It's
technology.
all good. It's all good.
Makes me sad.
You know what? So many people have podcasts. I thought it was easy, and we're learning how fucking hard it is.
It's actually really straightforward.
It's actually really tough, brave work, and it's like important work.
It's not an important or brave, I would say.
I would say that what we're doing is important and brave,
No, disagree.
because we're talking about the things that are that matter, that are
What have
issues.
we talked about in any of our stuff so far that's been important?
I think we've really dug into the economic crisis, like before when I ranted about being poor.
Is that important?
Yeah, for
Don't
sure.
people just know they're poor if they're poor?
I think there is a lot of cognitive dissonance in this country where people accept things they shouldn't. Yeah, where people are like, "Oh, this is just how it is." Yeah, I got to take my car in to get a smog check, and they don't think about the fact that
But they think they're rich.
some people do. Yeah, some people are kind of conditioned into thinking, because everyone is so tuned to be us versus them that it benefits the elite for the middle class to think that they are part of the upper class tribe, right? And so if we can lull people into that illusion, it helps them, right? And everyone wants to think they're better off than someone else. And everyone is better off than someone else, depending on how you measure. So everyone can be lulled into a false sense of their life not being shit if they want to be.
If being conditioned is so bad, why do I put it in my hair? Answer that, atheist.
I'd like to be socially shampooed. I'm sick of being socially conditioned.
By what?
I want to be socially shampooed.
Oh. You didn't. What
Does
do you-
anyone
What are you being?
anyone
what-
trying to socially body wash me?
When's the last time you knew you were being conditioned socially?
Like when I'm taking in propaganda?
I guess so.
Ooh, there are dangerous things I could say here that people would not be happy about. I think people internalize the propaganda pretty damn deep.
Go on.
And anything you see in the news probably has a slant. How about I just say that?
Whoa, that's crazy. That's so wild.
Now I know you're probably thinking, looks like he's swapping out his Chicago trucker cap for a tinfoil cap.
I was gonna say for a MAGA hat, for a red hat. Well, you already got a red hat on though, so we already saw your colors, asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I-
see you, buddy. I see your true colors.
Yeah, I said that. No mega, but I got a red hat.
Yeah. Oh, what is that from? Is that a song?
I'm just trying to be like Eminem. And the awfully hot coffee pot.
Oh.
That's an awfully hot coffee pot.
You were doing like the Weird Al thing where he does like tribute songs that aren't necessarily real.
Right, they're
parody.
just in the style, yeah, where
Dude,
I'm like,
that-
what if Eminem was dropping bars about this?
That washer is getting so loud.
It's fine.
I'm fucking terrified right now.
That's an awfully long Donald dong. Should I have sex with Donald Trump? It's probably wrong.
That is wrong, yeah.
So I'll stand in a parking garage and make an awful song.
I have nothing to say today, I feel like.
Well, fuck.
Um,
I guess I'm just gonna be the who's the guy who has the sky on his shoulders in Greek mythology?
God.
Sure. Yeah, little known fun fact: the Greeks actually invented Jesus before the Christians did, and he was a small character in Greek mythology before he got his own spin-off in Christianity.
Little known fact, Greek people used to skateboard
Can I have a Propel from the fridge?
after the podcast.
The fridge is right here.
You have to earn it.
Fuck. Is this gonna be a performance-based reward where I have to be good enough to get it?
Yeah, if you get a 10 in my
A
scale.
10?
If you get
Out
a-
of how many?
If you get a 10 in my scale,
Out of how many?
10.
Fuck, so I have to be perfect.
If you're perfect on this podcast, you can have a whole Propel.
How am I doing so far?
Bad.
Is it proportional where a 10 gets me the whole Propel, but a 5 gets me half of it?
You started at a 7.
I started at a 7. And I've been going downhill?
When you said you would have sex with Donald Trump, you went up to an 8. But once I realized it was a joke, you went down to a 6.
Well, but I was saying it as Eminem, as in an Eminem impression. Did that help?
No.
I cummed awfully fast in Donald's ass.
You're at a 7 right now. I will incrementally update as we continue.
Sounds good. Yeah, give the updates on my score. We got about 8.
You're at a 6 now.
We got about 8 minutes left in the public version of the podcast. Guys, how this is going to work is we're going to do about 40 to 45 minutes of podcast every week, dropping on Saturdays. And
we have
the
to explain this again,
And
don't
the
we?
full version goes on Patreon. And the first half goes public. So if you're liking what you're listening and you want to hear the rest, you're going to have to be a special someone.
Sorry, I look annoyed because we've already talked about all this, and it's like it makes me feel like I'm crazy, and I forget that we just had to say all the same things over and over again.
Well, not all the same things.
Well, the important things.
Yeah, with the updates. So yeah, we had a podcast that we lost the files somehow, and I mean, I'm frustrated with the technical difficulties. I'll admit that it's partially my fault. I just wasn't diligent enough because
I'm not mad at you.
last time I was like so casual about it and it was fine, you know. And so you have to fuck up to like know what not to do. So
Yeah, and
I take
I'm
this
not-
as like a lesson, kind of.
I just want to be clear. I'm not holding it against you or anything
Hey,
like
thanks,
that. I'm
buddy.
just-
Alex and I squashed the beef.
Yeah, the beef is squashed. Don't try to turn us against each other in the comments. If you fucking do that, I will freak out. I will yell at every comment. Not even if you didn't do the wrong thing. And especially if you didn't do the wrong thing. Because you are guilty by association by being in the comments.
We squashed the beef. I went to the dentist and I lost my teeth.
The beef remains unsquashed for the people who comment on this video. If you're brave enough to comment, get ready for my full wrath.
I actually did get my teeth pulled last week.
How'd that
We
feel?
can talk about that.
Okay.
Bad. It hurts. Well, okay, so it doesn't hurt anymore. So I had 3 wisdom teeth left that they pulled them all.
After Jim got his teeth pulled out, he met me and the other roommates at IKEA.
Yeah.
And he looked like he was dying.
Well, you know, the roommates were going to IKEA, and I said, you know what? If I'm not dead or unconscious, I'm gonna be at fucking IKEA because that's my duty.
We all were very worried about you while you were there.
Yeah,
And you got like increasingly more quiet.
It's
as
funny
we went
because
on.
the day before I was like, I'll meet you guys at IKEA after. They're not putting me under. And everyone was like, oh, yeah, that's fine. You'll be fine. And then I showed up.
No one did that.
And then I showed up and everyone was like, Jim, you're fucking crazy for coming here.
No. Everyone was saying, you're going to be in pain. Don't
No.
come. I literally told you that multiple times.
Everyone
Are you
said
crazy?
that after I showed up. And everyone was
bro,
like, oh, we always knew.
What? No. I told you multiple times.
No. After I showed up, you told me. You kept saying,
No,
oh, Jim's being so weird today. And I was
not
thinking,
true.
this is is this what gaslighting feels like? Is that
not
everyone
true.
said, Jim, excited to see you at IKEA tomorrow? I said, yeah, well, I'm going to be done at the dentist around 12:30.
He's
I'll
doing
meet
a
you
bit.
there. This is not a bit, actually. I'm airing my grievances about my roommates.
What?
Everyone was like, yeah, we'll see you there. And then when I showed up, everyone was like, Jim, you're fucked up for that.
I literally told you, Jim, that it's going to be more difficult than you think. And then what you told me was I got one tooth taken out and it was fine. And then I said, well, you're getting out more.
Yeah, true.
And then you were like, well, it's going to be fine because they're not putting me under. And I'm like, I think it's going to hurt more than you think. You probably shouldn't go tomorrow.
See, this is where I think you started having the conversation in your head.
Oh, my God. No, dude.
Because I don't think you said that to me.
Okay. Whatever.
But whatever. Regardless, the part that hurt really bad was them sticking the needles in me.
Yeah, it sucks.
I
They're big.
I had a cavity like a while back, and the needle they put in me was just a little bit uncomfortable. It wasn't too bad, and so I guess I thought it would be kind of like that. But when they're actually pulling a wisdom tooth, it's like a lot more. It goes a lot deeper. They're numbing the bone, the guy said. And so,
because they're going into your roots.
And the crazy thing is, a few days after I got the teeth pulled, that's what hurt was the little points where they stuck me. Where the teeth got pulled, there was relief because those teeth needed to go, right? So it was like a relief of pressure. The pain I was feeling, for the most part, was in my gums where they stuck me with little fucking needles.
They didn't really have you on super powerful painkillers either.
No, they gave me ibuprofen.
Yeah, that's kind of like when I got my teeth pulled, they gave me like pretty strong pain meds.
Yeah? Did you get all four at once?
Yeah, I did all four at once.
And they didn't? Did they put you under?
Yeah, they put me
under. Oh, wow. So you had that's why you had stronger meds is because they gave you stitches, yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't have stitches, yeah.
Oh, why not?
Because they just yanked them. They didn't have to do an incision on my gums. For you, they had to do an incision on your gums.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to Alan
Never get your
Jimby
teeth pulled. Leave them in.
The only podcast where two laymen talk about dentistry.
Oh, these squeaky ass fucking chairs. After this podcast, I'm gonna fucking throw this chair against a fucking wall.
These chairs live on the balcony now. It's fine.
I just feel like they shouldn't live anymore.
We have these stools that stink.
They shouldn't be alive.
And
military tribunal execution.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely could execute these chairs.
Oh, don't bring it in.
So this is the part of Alan Jimmy in the morning where we react to food in the kitchen. This is Grandma Emily's Granola. This is not a sponsorship. And Alex was remarking earlier something about he had an observation about this. Do you want to share?
My observation was that it's grandma.
You said it doesn't look like a grandma to me. It looks like a cartoon character.
I was joking. It's not going to be as funny as me noticing it for the first time. We should have brought it in.
If you're an actor, which you are.
I'm not.
Alex is a great actor. And you should be able to replicate that moment as if it was a discovery.
Okay, do it again.
Well, you do it. I'm going to talk about something else, and you're going to cut me off because you were struck by inspiration about the granola, okay?
Okay.
Man, what?
Oh, man, Sorry, go ahead.
Man, what's up with dating apps in LA? I
just grinded up on this.
There is absolutely no hope on those things. It just makes me feel so shitty. And combine that with the fact that I'm submitting all these job applications on Indeed that I don't hear back about, and you start to feel like you're screaming into the void.
Yeah, that's dark, man.
No matter where you are, whether it's romantically, professionally, emotionally, yeah. And then add on top of that we upload a video and it doesn't pop off, even though it's
epic.
Yeah, and even though it's epic, and it's like, well shit,
Oh, that granola bag over there, it says grandma on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it doesn't look like a grandma.
What does it look like?
A cartoon.
That's such a funny observation.
Thank you.
What do you guys think? Was that did Alex sell that? Dooley and I bought a little. I
don't think they know who Dooley is.
We mentioned him in the podcast that did get posted.
Oh, we did?
We did.
Oh, okay. I guess we do know them.
Dooley's a guy that exists. If you didn't listen to the other one, Dooley's our new
Oh, right, we
roommate.
did. Okay, yeah, sorry.
And with that, we come to the end of the free portion. So head on over to Patreon if you'd like to hear the rest. We're going to talk about demons. We're going to talk about swords.
Angels.
We're going to talk about demons, angels, swords, and whatever else we have time for. Thanks. Ooh. Devils are fucking freaky.
Ain't it crazy that if you go to hell, a devil will be like,
Damn.
I smack your ass, boy. And then he smacks the shit out of your ass. Ain't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Garbanzo beans. Why do they gotta be garbanzo?
Chet Burger Podcast?
Yeah, this is Chet Burger Podcast. What's up?
You guys still claim my free burger?